Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc., and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc., and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc., and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off their package purchases and make money off of their crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels, so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program, and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching. And hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel, as you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned throughout this unfortunate crisis is that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, and things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have a good day. How goes the family? How goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys having a great and exceptional evening. Getting on later and later. I think the days are just getting away from me and whatnot. You try to stay disciplined when it comes to workout regimen, your job, your businesses. Time always gets away, but my mindset is nowadays, as long as the work gets done, and that's all that matters, family. All right, so I saw something today. I went to the grocery store, which is a rarity because, the beautiful thing of Amazon and DoorDash, really don't need to go to the grocery store that much, but certain things you still want to get hand in hand because when it comes to certain options online, you can't get everything that you want. I saw and I'm not making fun of this individual in any way. I've seen it too much, and it reminds me why I might not be a financial professional, but I am when it comes to I am a student of the game when it comes to money and whatnot. And I'm 39 years old. My goal is to retire myself within a couple of years, to be able to work on the things that matter to me most, to where I can still make money moves, but I can give back to others so that they don't have to start off behind like so many other people, especially within the African American community. But unfortunately, today I saw a one of my elders, great older lady. I've seen her twice at the grocery store that I go to, and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just getting off of work, and I see her getting carts. And she's not a robust senior citizen. She's a person you can tell she is not moving too fast. She looks like she should be sitting down or be at least at the cashier. Like they should have one of the teenagers, the younger people working inside Safeway, the grocery store, getting carts. And it might not be an exciting story. It might not be a sexy story because I know the NFL draft pick is happening right now, and that's the most exciting thing going on in the world right now in the United States of America. But I felt bad for this young lady, for this woman, because I'm looking at her. I'm like, okay, she could possibly be in her 50s and 60s, if not 70s. I'm just like, you should not have to be working a job like this, where you can barely move and you got to get all these carts and you can't get as many carts, so you have to continuously go back and forth outside and nobody's helping her. So it was to me it was a very sad thing to see. And at the end of the day, it's like, hey, that could have been my grandmother, that could have been my aunt, that could have been my mom. These are things that I take very seriously, and it's near and dear to me, and it's something, this money thing. I don't care about flossing, overpriced cars, houses. I just saw somebody they custom made a car, and that's fine, but I don't care about that. I care about it's like the book I'm reading from By the Hood, By the Hood University guys, who I had the pleasure of meeting last year. Own your time and space. Being able to own your time and space is that's the new rich for most people nowadays. Hey, can I when I wake up, in my majority of the time working on the things that matter to me? When I wake up, am I excited about the house that I live in or apartment, whatever, trailer, whatever? Am I excited about the neighborhood I live in? Am I excited about the city or the state that I live in? Am I excited about the work that I'm doing? Because we live in a time where you can't own your time and space if you're willing to make the certain sacrifices, and if you're really willing to put the work in and surround yourself with people who are about their business. It's like, great example, brother Chris that I was talking to on Tuesday. He was like, he was talking about he only has a handful of people that he can talk to about economics because most people are just satisfied with being on the hamster treadmill. And I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, because we were, the school system, were especially the public school system was built for us to be working employees, and us just getting raises and bonuses on our job. It's enough to keep us content. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. But having options in today's world is a must. you know Employers get that, businesses get that, and more working people are starting to get this. But like I said, it's sad. The first time I saw a senior citizen, this lady was 77 or 78 years old. Now, it was back in 2005, 6. Very nice lady. And she had to take a bus from Reston, Virginia, because I'm from the DMV area, to Alexandria, Virginia, because she couldn't drive. She was at a point in her life where she could not drive anymore. And very nice lady. And I remember one of the bosses at this job, he was like, he was talking about retirement. And this is 2005, 6. So I'm in my early 20s at the time. And I was just happy to have a better job, a quote unquote real job. It's my first job with a pension, um, health benefits, and things of that nature. But she was working because she had a plan to finally retire, but she had not saved enough money. And this was, and bear in mind, this is back in the time where you still had the last people of generations of senior citizens who had regular pensions, quote unquote baby boomers with decent pensions or whatnot. The WW2 generation, where they had actual decent pensions from corporations and governments and whatnot. Because 401ks were just exploding at the time. Pensions are getting kicked off the books with corporate America and governments all at the same time. But it saddened me because it's like, okay, at the time I'm looking, I'm like, I would never want to be this woman in regards to if I was working a job at that age, I want to do it because I want to, not because I have to. And let it be something that I'm more comfortable doing. Let it be something that I'm passionate about. There's nothing wrong with wanting to work and have something to do. I see senior citizens all the time volunteer at churches, local neighborhood organizations, um, just volunteer for the sake of volunteering, just to have something to do, or they might get a part-time job working at a grocery store. I remember one great senior citizen, and I'm talking about my senior citizen, my elders, because out of respect and out of care and out of passion, out of compassion or whatnot, not out of woe is me, pity me, I'm dogging them out or none of that. No, I'm not. That's not my style. That's not what I'm doing. But what I am saying is, she this young I was at a DMV, it was back in 2015, 16, and she's like, yeah, I'm a retired teacher and I just work here at the DMV part-time. So she's like, I'm not losing sleep over it. And I'm just like, okay, you get to sit in a chair all day, you got state benefits. It's a win-win situation. She's like, yeah, I live 10 minutes from here. I say, okay, see, that's, to me, that's the ideal retirement. You're doing something that you don't mind doing. It's close to home. She says she works part-time and it is what it is. I loved her. I was like, my kind of lady. She reminded me of one of my distant cousins or whatnot that I've only seen at a family reunion or whatnot. But moral of the story is this, family. Most people are going to be working people. We know this. And I can sprout about being an entrepreneur all day, but most people are not going to be successful entrepreneurs. And most people are trained to be workers. So I really am making this video tonight. This is more of a rant, but I'm really making this video tonight about working people. Because first, I'm going to start off with the article that I was researching today. CNBC talking about here's the average net worth of Americans ages 75 and up. Now, this is supposed to be the average for net worth peak in retirement and decrease for people ages 75 and up. All right. Now, this number I know is not for most people. All right. But these numbers, as far as the network of retirement and whatnot, is not for most working people. But I wanted to talk about this anyways, because this is maybe an area that you and your financial advisor need to talk about. And I think the sooner people start doing that, the better, especially my people that are in their 30s, getting ready to transition into your 40s. This is not a game. Okay. But the most recent survey of consumer finances that was released by the Federal Reserve, and this was the study was done in earlier of this year, 2022, shows that the median U.S. household net worth is $121,000. But for older Americans, it's more than double that amount. According to the Fed data, the median net worth peaks between ages 65 and 74 and then falls when retirees enter their late 70s and beyond. Americans ages 75 and up have a median net worth of 254,000, the average, which skews higher thanks to high net worth households which is $977,000, almost $1 million. But most people's net worth starts to decrease during their non-working years. This is true. This decline not only is surprising, given that most people live on fixed incomes during retirement, usually a combination of Social Security and investment distributions. Retirees should therefore make sure that they have enough resources to last through their golden years. Now, before I go further, we all know, especially my generation, the millennial generation, knows about not having much faith in Social Security. I hope it's still around because I've been paying into it ever since I've been working. But um, that's the goal. That's what retirement is nowadays. You have your Social Security and you have investment distributions and whatnot. And those investment distributions usually stem from individual retirement accounts, a 401k, um, What else? You have, I hope you people are looking into possibly getting annuities, bonds, cryptocurrencies, and any other investment portfolios that are could be solo 401k if you're a business owner, things of that nature. But I would imagine and have as many as possible. I mean, heck, I have three 401ks, and I've just, as of yesterday, I opened up my own business qualified retirement account and whatnot for my business earnings going to that and whatnot. But I'm hoping that most more people are looking into these things because these are the things you want to be able to pull resources from. And me myself, it's like to add on to that for me, having rental properties and things of that nature. You know, but I digress. But and so the idea of one's golden years but unfortunately, most people. That's what I said. That these numbers are very skewed in regards to $254,000 to up to almost $1 million. Most people are not going to have that amount of money. Most people's, unfortunately, their investment vehicles might dry up. Their savings might dry up, and they might have to. And especially, Lord forbid, if you have a medical emergency, that could suck you dry, even if you do got good insurance via your retirement, or if obviously, depending on, Medicare and whatnot. So these emergency funds that are always needed, or what if your car breaks down, or what if you have a, that's why most people move into senior citizen homes, unfortunately, because um, owning a house, obviously it's a responsibility. And if something bad happens to your house, then, hopefully you have kids. But if not, then hopefully you have enough money to take care of it. These are things that, because unfortunately you have too many people who, especially scam artists, they go after senior citizens on a regular basis, and and the scam artists, they get better and better every day. Heck, I don't know about you guys, but I get at least up to 7 to 8 spam calls a day on my cell phone, so that's just what it is. But excuse me, but these numbers are very, they're very interesting because it talks about the ages between 35 and less. Medium net worth is 13,000. Average net worth is up to 76,000. Ages 35 to 44. Medium net worth 91,000. Average net worth 436,000. 45 to 54. Medium net worth 168,000. Average net worth 833,000. 54 to 55, ages of 54 to 64, sorry. Medium net worth is 212,000, and then average net worth is $1 million. 60 ages 65 to 74, medium net worth 266,000, average net worth $1,217,000. Age 75 plus, like I stated earlier, is supposed to be between $254,000 to almost $1 million. Um, so it's just something to think about. $1,977,000. So, quote unquote. But I know most people are not putting enough money away when it comes to their retirement. They're not maximizing their contributions to a 401k if they have one. They're not maximizing their contributions to an individual retirement account if hopefully they have one. These and then a lot of people, unfortunately, they get started, late because a lot of people, they just don't think about these things in their 20s. And one thing I can say with all sincerity, is that I've always thought about this in my 20s, as far as money. I mean, heck, even my mother was scared for me to get an individual retirement account, but I remember getting that after I had my first 401k. And even with my first 401k, I cashed it out, but I rolled it into my IRA, so that way I didn't have to worry about paying any taxes and whatnot, because I didn't really know what I was doing. But I'm glad I did that, because if I would have put it in my account, then Uncle Sam would have taxed the what out of me. And then I learned to roll my 401k over for every single job I had. But these numbers are not only interesting, but these numbers talk about, hey, these are things that one needs to look into in regards to you know these are things that one needs to look into in regards to how much do you think you're gonna need when you get in your elder years and whatnot. And the beautiful thing about nowadays is that there are so many different calculate online calculators that one can skew the numbers and figure this stuff out on their own. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just very interesting all at the same time. But do you really want to? Are you willing to take the risks? A lot of people aren't. It's like a lot of are you willing to put the money away and not just saving? Because we all know that when you just save money, you open Pandora's box to get yourself into trouble and whatnot. So that's just something to take into consideration. You know what I mean? But anyways, another thing that I wanted to take into consideration before I call it a night. Like I said, this is a late night, so I know I don't have my usual robust energy as I usually do, but it is what it is. But because it says your average Social Security monthly benefit is supposed to be up to $1,500 a month. Now, for a lot of people, this is going to be it, and that's the sad yet scary thing all at the same time, in my personal opinion. It's like, okay, um, that's not going to be enough, especially with you see the way the cost of food is rising, the utilities, rents, cost of housing, everything is going up, 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 up. You know, so this one article was talking about not getting stuck with your below average Social Security checks. There are multiple ways to increase them in your future for financial security. But the bad news is the average. We mostly know the average monthly income is 1,500 or about $18,000 per year. And even living in like the state of like the cheapest states of Mississippi or North South Dakota and whatnot, that's not going to fly. Real talk. That's just not going to fly. But a lot of people, a lot of people aren't thinking about these things right now. And to me personally, it's just like you should be thinking about this, especially the older one gets. Like I said, especially for my folks in the 30s. Hey, I'm 39 years old. I'm turning 40 next year. So that's why I'm thinking about this stuff more, and I'm doing as much research as possible so I can invest as much as possible. You know what I mean? Um, but anyways, one of the ways is obviously one can delay start collecting the money, so that way they have more money. They're trying to get more and more people to wait instead of starting at age 62. They want more and more people to wait until they're age 70. From 65 to 70 years old or whatnot, so they can you get more distributions and whatnot. Another tip was marry a high earner. You always want to marry up. I don't care who you are. And then the 18,900 Social Security bonus, most retirees completely overlook. The article states, if you are like most Americans, you are a few years or more behind on your retirement savings, but a handful of little known Social Security secrets could help ensure a boost in your retirement income. For example, one easy trick pay uh, you could pay as much as $18,900 or more each year once you learn how to maximize the Social Security benefits. They think that you could retire confidently with the peace of mind that you all need once you simply just do more research and whatnot, and maybe even have a conversation with people at the Social Security Administration. These are things to take into consideration. All right. And since I'm from the DMV area, you have a high population of people who were in the military and a high population of people who are government employees and whatnot. So this article about OPM, Office of what is it? Office of Program Management, Personal Management. Uh, I always get these acronyms mixed up. Office of Personal Management. Backlog of retirement claims to continue and climb. This was as of February 2022, reaching a record high of 35,424. Despite OPM reporting a drop in the number of claims awaiting processing compared to January, 1,000 fewer claims or a 7.7 decrease in claims received. The monthly average processing time fell to 89 days. First time it was below 90 days since November 2021. Because you got to remember, with the pandemic, a lot of people have decided to retire, call it a day. It's like a lot of people got their wake up call, like, hey, I'm done. I'm ready to move on with my life. The pandemic did that for a lot of people. There's been a huge migration shift of people. Um, there's been a huge migration shift of people saying, hey, I want to move to another state. I want to move to a cheaper state. Um, I'm done with this area. I'm done with this nonsense. I'm ready to do something else in my life. I mean, a lot of times you need a kick in the butt. It's like you need a downturn of an economy to have a reshaping of your life, or you need a what is it? Or you need actually a pandemic to happen for people to reshape their life and things of that nature. So sometimes you just never know. You know what I mean? Everybody needs their thing, but the fact that there's such a big backlog tells me that more and more people are retiring or whatnot and starting new lives. And my whole thing is, I'm doing this because I don't want. I'm making this video at the end of the day because um, I don't want working people, senior citizens, that have to kill themselves until the day they die. To quote Warren Buffett, if you don't learn how to make money in your sleep, you're going to work until the day you die. So becoming an avid learner of investments, owning a business, and in various different skill sets that one could even do in their elder years is imperative to one's survival in the United States of America. And that's all I can say on that note. All right. So that's it. If you are a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, think about signing up with Webull, crypto.com, Stash, Acorns, Coinbase, all that good stuff, because you got to start making investments and make smart investments and learn about making investments and consulting financial professionals. Because the times we're living in now, family, it's going to get more and more interesting. That's all I can say on that one. All right. So at that note, family, I think this is the latest broadcast I've ever made. You know, at the time that we're at, but it's all good in the neighborhood. Do the great 3 things, family. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great evening. I know it's a late broadcast. Promise for the next time I go live again, have some more energy and whatnot. But you know, we're gonna get this thing done. All right. Also, don't forget to check out online store. Support your local entrepreneurs, family. We greatly appreciate it.